calling all matcha lovers. We're shaking up a drink that you guys are gonna love. We're gonna be making the Matcha Martini. Now you see matcha everywhere these days, it's definitely in. And so we thought it'd be great to create a Matcha Martini that has all the essence of what matcha really is. And I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this. So come on down, grab a seat at the bar and get comfortable, and let's create magic, one pour, one stir, and one sip at a time. Welcome back to another episode of the Elixir Lounge. I'm Zach, and we're at Galindo's Coffee and Elixirs here in the Woodlands, Texas. And we've got a fun one for you guys today. We're gonna be making a matcha martini that we call the Gin Jade. Now this martini, the base of it is gonna be gin. Gin plays really well with the grassy kind of herbal type of notes from the matcha. It goes really, really well, and it doesn't overpower. And so we like using Hendrick's gin for this drink specifically. It's really nice, goes really well with everything. For the sweetness, we're gonna be using Orgeat, which is gonna be similar to an almond flavored type of simple syrup. It's gonna add just a little hint of sweetness to kind of counterbalance some of the really grassy notes that the matcha has. The matcha that we're gonna be using is gonna be ceremonial grade. And if you can tell by the color, it's a very, very vibrant green. And so this here, we get it from a local distributor. It's actually ground to order, and so it's as fresh as possible. And so it's really, really good. And like all things, we try to use the best ingredients that we can anytime that we're making anything. As you can see, I've got this setup here because the right way to do matcha is to sift it, to add hot water, and then to mix it with a whisk. And so we'll be doing that, following the traditional ways of making matcha. And then lastly, in here, we're gonna have some almond milk. Now, I know what you're thinking, why are you putting almond milk in a drink? Trust me, it's gonna add some creaminess to it. It's gonna add some really nice mouthfeel to it, and not really much flavor. The almond milk that we're using is gonna be unsweetened, and so it's not gonna really have too much of an almond flavor to it. It'll have a subtle one, but it's not really gonna come through too much on the drink itself. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our matcha. In this here, we normally do 2 scoops. We have it pre-measured here on this size of the scoop. If you're measuring at home, if you guys are following along, it's gonna be 2 grams of the matcha. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it right here in the fine mesh strainer, and we're gonna strain it all the way through. And the reason that you do this is so that it doesn't clump, because there's nothing worse than clumpy matcha in your matcha latte. You definitely don't want it in your matcha martini. I can guarantee you guys that. So we go ahead and get it all sifted through there. All right, and then we're gonna add 2 ounces of hot water. Ours is gonna be at 168 degrees. Then we're gonna grab our whisk, and we're gonna gently whisk it to make sure that it's all mixed in correctly and that there's no clumps in here. And it should start foaming. And when you whisk it, you don't wanna be like pressing down on the whisk too hard. You wanna just kind of lightly move it in kind of a zigzag type of motion, and you'll see that after just a few seconds, it's gonna be nice and ready. Now, the only thing with matcha is that it's really messy, so if you're making a mess, it's okay. That's just part of making matcha. All right, so now we're gonna build our cocktail. We're gonna start off with our gin. And our gin is gonna be 2 ounces. Three-quarters of an ounce of Orgeat. And as you can see, this is kind of a thicker consistency of Orgeat. We're gonna do 2 ounces of the matcha. Then we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of our almond milk. All right, we're gonna shake this. Then we're gonna double strain this into a martini glass. It's gonna be really frothy, it's gonna be creamy. It's a really nice drink. Very, very pretty drink. Right, and then for the garnish or the finish, we're gonna use this fine mesh strainer again. And we're gonna give it a nice little finish with the matcha. And there we have it, guys, the Gin Jade. All right, so to taste it, not overly sweet, refreshing in a way. It's got a really nice mouthfeel because of the almond milk, shaking it, the little frothiness that you get. It's really nice. You get a little aromatic from the matcha on the very top. Just overall, a really nice, smooth, very pretty drink. So if you guys are matcha lovers, I'd highly, highly recommend you guys trying this one out. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Don't worry, we've got weekly content that we're putting out for you guys. If you've been following along and you like our videos, you like what we're doing, make sure to subscribe. Share this with your other cocktail-loving friends. Let them know what we're up to. And if you guys are experimenting at home with some of our recipes or following some of these drinks, let us know. We love hearing from you guys. So until next time, thanks again for watching the Elixir Lounge.